Hey, Bracksplash here with another review, and this one is it's about comics. I've read a lot of comics, not a whole hundreds like others, but for the past few years I read a lot, and it occurred to me that most of what I read were not Marvel or DC. Why? Well, as much as I really enjoy those comics, they're very static. For example, Spider-Man. I like him, but in the end of each arc and saga, almost all the time, Spider-Man is the same. Green Goblin is the same. Mary Jane is the same, more or less. And I like changes in a comic. I like from one thing in the beginning to change in the end. And don't get me wrong, sometimes writers do that. But then in the next saga, something happens in which they're right back to status quo, and that doesn't interest me. I read a couple, and well, why am I saying this? I went to the comic book store and I bought a lot of $1 comics. They're on sale. Cool. And out of all of them, I read 6 of them. 3 were good. Oh, 1 was good. 2 were all right. Not bad. I liked it. 3 were not good. I did not like them. Ironically, the 3 I didn't like, 2 were Marvel and 1 was DC. The ones I did like, 1 was a Marvel comic and 2 were Image Comics. Now, what am I getting at? Alright. The one comic I read that was... Well, let's start with the bad, then with the good. The ones I didn't like. Booster Gold meets Magog, okay? I never read Kingdom Come, the DC comic run, or I'm sorry, I call it a saga, because it's its own thing. I never read DC Kingdom Come, but I know about it, okay? I know that Magog has something to do with it, and in this comic, Booster Gold is, he meets Rip Hunter fighting someone who looks like Magog from the future. He gets him out of there through the portal. Booster goes into the future for like 2 panels, a couple. Sees everything's a wreck, everything's destroyed. Before he can find out further, Rip pulls him back and tells him, "You're not supposed to be there yet." And Booster tells him, "I'm from the future." And Rip Hunter corrects him that yes, you are, but there are some things you still can't or shouldn't know yet. Anyway, Booster knows that Magog was involved, so he wants to go visit Magog. And Magog is at Kahndaq, which I thought was ruled by Black Adam, but I don't care enough to know when this comic takes place. I know during the 52 line, not 52 line, during DC 52, Black Adam loses his powers. So, anyway, there's a terrorist activity going on in Kahndaq. There are kids held captive by gunmen with bombs, and I don't remember why they did that. I think they just want to be heard, and they get Magog's attention. He goes there. Even though the police tell him you're not supposed to be here, he tells them, "Hey, I used to work in these types of situations. I know what to do." He goes in, talks to the man, and the man tells him that, "Well, we have you, so now we get more attention to what we're doing." Magog does something pretty clever, which I kind of thought was pretty cool. The guy says that he has a bomb in his hand, okay? It's on a switch. If he lets go of the switch, it explodes, everyone dies. So Magog just holds the guy's hand and tells him, "Alright, well, as long as I hold your hand, you can't do anything." And while he's holding the man's hand, he's beating up the other soldiers with guns. Which, there's kids there, so that wasn't very smart. Booster arrives, and he's about to go inside when he sees, more like he hears more terrorists on the other buildings, and when they heard the gunshot, that tells them, okay, start killing everyone. So he starts shooting rockets at the cops. So Booster stops those, I'll call them rocket terrorists. So Magog is dragging the man with the bomb in his hand with the preschoolers. I keep saying preschoolers, they're kids. Anyway, as he's going through the halls to get them out, the man keeps telling Magog that, yeah, everyone's going to die. He's going to kill everyone. And Okay, this scene was pretty good, I'll admit. Magog's face, you can see it get darker and darker as the man keeps talking. He tells the kids, "Go on ahead, I'll catch up." And he rips off the man's arm with the bomb. So he's holding the arm, still attached, so it won't blow up. And Booster comes at the last moment yelling, "What are you doing?" And Magog tells him, "I stopped the bomb." And Booster tells him, it's kind of weird. He tells Magog, "You don't really care about these kids. You just want to do things your way." But Magog was trying to save the kids. His way wasn't the smartest, but he was thinking about the kids. And then Booster comes in, and then Skeets, Booster's little robot, tells him that there was 2 more kids that Magog forgot. And then Skeets uses his future tech to create the same radio frequency to make sure the bombs don't go off, even if you let go of that bomb. So Booster wants to fight Magog. He's pissed at him. Magog tells him, "Okay, we'll fight." But the Rip comes by and tells him that, "Yeah, this isn't your fight." And Booster tells him, but he is not a good guy. He's trying to tell Rip Hunter that he has to be stopped. But Rip says, yeah, he knows, but he's going to do some good in the future. Then he'll be stopped. Don't do anything now. And then the comic ends there. I explained a lot, but it did not feel like much in that comic. It was 21 pages. I mean, it has a plot, but it was not good. And it didn't help that each page had an advertisement. It was... Anyway, the other 2 comics, one was issue 4 of Silver Surfer Rebirth. I heard this comic was good. The comic saga. I didn't really like it. Again, I felt like here not much happened. And Silver teamed up with Thanos, alright. They fight Jack of Hearts. Thanos kills Jack of Hearts, and then they confront Tyrant. I mean, Silver meets Ford's version of himself, but I felt like that really went nowhere. He meets him, and then just tries to go away from them. They follow him. Thanos stops him, but why not just invite those surfers to help them beat Tyrant? I don't know. That would make more sense, because these surfers are obviously the same. They think Surfer is a bad guy because he was looking for Thanos. It was not that good. The next Marvel comic I read, what was it? I don't remember. Oh, it's probably so bad I just blocked it out of my memory. But the 3 comics I did read that were good: Strange Academy number 18. I would think number 18 I'd be lost. Yeah, I was a little lost, but at least they explained a little bit what's going on. The art was great, the writing was good, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was fun. I would recommend Strange Academy. Maybe just one issue. If I could read one issue far ahead into it and still enjoy it, that's a good thing. What was that one comic I read? Oh, I remember now. X-Men X... What was it? It was an X-Men comic. It's not Extreme Externals. It has to do with the Magical Kingdom. The Captain Britain, she invites some Krakoan people to help her fight. I didn't like it. Too much exposition. We didn't have to, and what I wanted to know, they didn't tell me. Actually, I can't be wrong. They did explain a lot, but I feel like there was too many characters in the beginning to introduce. I didn't recognize everyone. I was lost. I had to go back more than once, and I did not like it. It had a plot, but everything was way too dark. When she went to Krakoa, it was dark. When she went back to the Magical Kingdom, it was dark. I could barely remember everyone's faces or names. So I just saw it as Captain Britain and these guys over here fighting, what's his name? Merlin, who's bad for some reason, and these guys over here. It was not good. And yeah, but those were 3 comics I didn't like. So the other 2 comics, the ones that were good, Image comic. One was Cyberforce. It was an alright comic. They go and try to stop this golden egg from, I don't know. They can absorb plant life or something. It was not bad. I actually enjoyed it. Weirdly enough, it had a lot of characters, but it was focused on each of them individually. They're just doing their own thing. Why do I like this? It was like the X-Men. It's just a lot of characters. Maybe because this was brighter, so I could see more clearly. The other one was too dark, so half the time people were just posing. So that could be it. The other one was more like a parody comic. It was Image Comics, but it was the writers as their own characters talking about making their own comic. And the worst parts of a comic you think of, that's what the knockoff writers want to do in the comic. We demand more variant covers. We demand more number ones. And I'm thinking in my head, they're doing this now, but this comic was in the 90s. So, did they just think, I don't know. It was just fun. I laughed. I liked it. But yeah, that was when I realized, yeah, I'm not as, if I bought the Silver Surfer and the X-Men comic for $3.99 as a price tag said, I would have been mad. But I bought it for $1. So I read it and went, that wasn't good. And then moved on. The other dollars, they were good. So what I'm saying is, yeah, there are some bad comics out there. I can vouch for that now. Before, most of the comics I read were either really good, alright, or pretty good. Not bad. And I came across some bad comics now. So, as they say, dip your toe carefully, see what you find. Thank you for listening to Black Splash's Crazy Review. Have a good day.